Rushing in where angels fear to tread. I'm Jeffrey Darty. This is New Cosmic Knowledge. And somebody right now is laughing, saying, Jeff, really? You're going to make a video about mastering relationships? Really, cousin? Come on, man. Is this a comedy video? No, it's not. I don't always do everything right, but I am a really good researcher. And I am a person that knows how to identify things and fix them. And I do have nearly 40 years of experience in evaluating spirituality. So I got some good stuff for you, cousins. You can take it or you can leave it. It don't really matter to me, but this is going to be, I actually already did this video and my soundboard had come unplugged unbeknownst to me. So I've already had a dry run, but this is going to be Steiger style presentation, mastering relationships by understanding the male, masculine, feminine dynamic. That's right. I'm doing it right here, right now. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you are. I really don't, but we're going to give it to you anyway. And allow me just a second to get rocking and rolling here, and we will be rocking and rolling like you won't believe. We'll be cooking with gas. And here we go. The masculine and feminine, ladies and gentlemen, knowing and seeking. This is New Cosmic Knowledge, and I guarantee you that if you apply this, it'll transform your relationships. And if you apply this, unless someone absolutely goes crazy on you and lies to you and deceives you and you're stupid, you'll never have a bad relationship again if you apply this. I guarantee you. Let's go. What we need to do is look at the sacred masculine and look at the sacred feminine. I just gave you a guarantee that if you'll apply this, you'll never have another bad relationship. I'll go even further. If you'll apply this, all your relationships from here on will be good. Guaranteed. Money bank. We need to look at the sacred masculine, look at the sacred feminine within ourselves and within our potential partners. And then we need to know and seek and evaluate honestly and objectively. Here's what I mean. These are masculine attributes. These are the attributes of the sacred masculine. These are the attributes of the divine masculine, both the positive ones and the negative ones. Just look at these. And if you're a male, you evaluate yourself. And guess what? If you're a female, you evaluate yourself as well, because the principle of gender tells us, ladies and gentlemen, that there's male and female in all of us. And if you're going to master your relationships, if you're going to understand the male, the masculine, feminine dynamic, actually the sacred masculine, sacred feminine dynamic, you've got to understand this. You've got to. And let me just show you real quickly what we're talking about, because I want to show you this. Nah, the hell with it. I was just going to show you the thumbnail because it's a really cool one, but I'll tell my ego to just sit still. But here's the positive aspects of the sacred divine masculine. Active, intelligent, logical, rational, linear, determined, reliable, strong, stable, protective, sensible, heroic, focused, single-minded, practical, goal-oriented, consistent, predictable, capable, smart, rugged, ordered, and disciplined. Ladies, isn't that the kind of man you want? Men, isn't that the kind of man you want to be? Negative aspects of masculinity. Rigid, stubborn, aggressive, tough, ruthless, violent, non-communicative, self-centered, authoritative, domineering, dogmatic, closed-minded, autocratic, rule-bound, heartless. If you think about it, the positive aspects of divine and sacred masculinity are the aspects of the true male God of the Bible, the true male God of the universe. And the negative aspects of masculinity are the aspects of the false little g God of the Bible. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, because when you're acting ladies in your masculinity or men in your masculinity. And if you're acting in the high positive masculinity, and I'm going to talk about high meaning there's 22 characteristics there. If you're 19 or above having those characteristics, that's high. If you're high male, then you're acting in the frequency of the Father, the sacred divine masculine. If you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, there's 15 of those. If you're 12 or higher on the negative, you're acting Marduk, Yahweh, Jehovah, Lord, rat bastard. Yeah. If you're high positive, you're acting like the Father. If you're high negative, you're acting like the rat bastard, even if you're a woman. So that's the masculine attributes, divine, sacred, masculine attributes. Here's the divine, sacred, feminine attributes. Soft, warm, sweet, kind, loving, nurturing, gentle, creative, receptive, flexible, adaptable, yielding, forgiving. Understanding, caring, caregiving, serving, passive, peaceful, open-minded, beautiful, mysterious, spontaneous, ever-changing, and inspirational. Those are the high, sacred, divine, feminine aspects. Those are the aspects of the mother. Weak, emotional, irrational, illogical, unpredictable, bitchy. We'll talk about bitchy. Stupid, powerless, manipulative, controlling, indecisive, fickle. Those are low, negative, unbalanced female attributes. And you know, as above, so below, principle of gender, we all have male and female in us. I was thinking, who do I attribute the negative feminine attributes? It still goes back to the Lord, Yahweh, Jehovah, rat bastard. I just called the Lord a bitch. And he is. He is those things. So knowing now what the male attributes, what the attributes are of male, sacred, and divine masculinity, these are the attributes. Knowing what the attributes are of feminine, divine, and sacred feminine, now we do a self-analysis. Since I'm a man and I wrote this little thing, we'll do men first. But ladies, as we're doing men, you've got to also do yourselves and say, okay, I know he's talking mainly about men, but how much of these male attributes do I see in me? How much of these high father attributes do I see? And how many of these low rat bastard attributes do I see? So let's be honest with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. And since I'm the guinea pig, I'll pick me, I'll use me. The positive masculines, remember we saw the positive masculines right here? Where do we see the positive masculines? The positive masculines are right here. I took those and applied to which ones I fit. So the ones in bold, I am. The ones that aren't in bold, I am, but I'm a little adventurous sometimes. So that makes me a little less than completely stable, a little less than completely sensible, because I can get adventurous at times. So of those positive masculine attributes, those are I manifest every one of them. And those two I don't manifest completely because I am a little bit adventurous. But on the negative masculine ones, you can see them there. Which of those do I manifest? Well, I put none. And I think I'm being honest. So what does that mean? That means that I am your alpha type male, a prototypical alpha male. I am those things. I don't have any of those negative male aspects. And somebody's laughing somewhere, but that's okay. But what you want to do is, men, rate yourself on these things. Which ones are you positive? Which ones are you negative? Ladies, which ones are you positive? Which ones are you negative? So that's me on the masculine side. What about on the feminine side? Wow, this was very surprising to me. I have a very strong feminine side. I'm very in touch with my feminine side. I'm very balanced in my masculinity and my femininity. It surprised me a little bit. I am really, ladies and gentlemen, soft, warm, sweet, kind, loving, nurturing, gentle, creative, receptive, flexible, adaptable, yielding, forgiving, understanding, caring, caregiving, and serving. Everybody that knows me, almost, will tell you that. Passive. Sometimes I have a little trouble being passive when things start getting, when I'm in a relationship that's not mutually serving. I have a little hard time being passive, or I get too passive because I stop caring. So passive can be in a negative connotation as well. That's where I did that. Peaceful, open-minded, beautiful. Do you think I'm beautiful? I feel pretty. Anyway, mysterious, spontaneous, ever-changing, and inspirational. It's interesting that mysterious is listed as a positive characteristic. I'm not so mysterious. I'm pretty simple. I can be mysterious, and people have said I'm a little mysterious, but I kind of think I'm a little mysterious sometimes, or a little easy to figure out. I'm not that deep. So that's me on the positive feminine. How about the negative feminine? I can be unpredictable. And when I get into a relationship that starts to go south, I can default back to that alpha male and become manipulative and controlling because I don't want things to fall apart. So I'm being transparent here. And that's a negative feminine quality, manipulative and controlling. Manipulative for me looks like throwing some NLP on you to try to get information, reading your eyes, reading your, going down that whole route. So the analysis is strong female balance from me. How's your analysis? So if I categorize myself objectively and impartially, I say I'm a strong alpha type male with strong feminine balance. Few weak attributes of either masculine or feminine, a couple to keep an eye on the feminine when things aren't going right, which makes it so important that I should seek a highly feminine woman. And it makes sense, ladies and gentlemen, when you are a man that's operating in high masculinity, 19 or above in these characteristics, that's very strongly masculine. So you've got to have a woman that's very highly feminine to balance it out. I've got to be with a woman that's these things in order for there to be balance. Now let's talk about negative things. Negative female. Every woman's going to be some of those things. You just are, ladies. That's the way you're built. But if, ladies, you're getting these positive things from your man, there's going to be a whole lot less of those negative things manifesting in you. And gentlemen, every one of us has the propensity to be some of these negative things. But ladies, if you'll be these positive feminine things, you'll see a whole hell of a lot less of these negative male things. Guaranteed. Because these negative male things come out in response to a lack of the positive feminine things. And these negative feminine things come out in a response to a lack of the positive male things. And here's where it gets tough. Me knowing that I am a high male, knowing that I must seek a high female to balance out. And here's the tough part. If you're a high alpha, high functioning male, you must absolutely positively avoid women with any of these negative male aspects, because these negative male aspects are being manifested at a high level if they're coming through in a female. Do you understand what I'm saying? If a woman is manifesting these negative male things, she's got a super high male quotient. And you can't have a high male and a high female and make it work. It won't work. Remember the old saying, opposites attract? What it really means is balance attracts. Put two magnets together, you can't do it. It just makes common sense. So for me, rigid, stubborn, aggressive, tough, ruthless, violent, non-communicative, self-centered, authoritative, domineering, dominating, dogmatic, closed-minded, autocratic, rule-bound, heartless women, not for Jeffrey. bad, 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 bad for Jeffrey. Experience shows me bad, 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 bad for Jeffrey. Really, really bad. So not only does Jeffrey need positive, high female manifesting female, and he can live with the negative female stuff because that's really his fault most of the time, because he's not manifesting in his high male. Ladies and gentlemen, you stay in positive male, you won't have to worry about negative female from your lady if you pick the right one. Ladies, you stay in positive female, you won't have to worry about negative male from your man if you've picked the right one, if you've done what I'm telling you to do. This is really good stuff. So, I've got to seek a highly feminine woman, period. I've got to seek a highly feminine woman. What should I seek? A highly feminine woman that manifests 19 plus of these highly feminine attributes, really all 22. Are there 22? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. There's 25. So I need a woman that manifests at least 22, which is a double 11, which I am, which is interesting. But hopefully 25, ideally all 25. Because if you're a highly functioning male like I am, you got to have a highly functioning wall-to-wall, treetop tall female, or it's just not going to work. And I should get rid of this part up here. The weekend, you don't want that, but you know, it's all built into the female, and you can control it by being a good man. The bottom part, though, those negative masculine traits, if you're a high-functioning alpha male, you cannot be with a woman that's any of those things. Rigid, stubborn, aggressive, tough, ruthless, violent, non-communicative, self-centered, authoritative, dominating, dogmatic, closed-minded, autocratic, rule-bound, heartless. This is the stuff we call bitchy. You can't have that. Well, you can, but it ain't going to work, and you're going to be miserable. Ladies, I know that men are a wreck, and it's mostly soy boys out there, and it's hard to find any real, true alpha males, and it's even harder to find any real, true spiritual alpha males. And many of you ladies have begun to manifest high masculine qualities like the rigidity, the stubbornness, the aggressiveness, all those things. You got to stop doing it. You just got to stop. You're not going to help yourself. Can I just say that? So putting it all together, let's identify and evaluate honestly. Who are you? If you're a male, go back to these masculine aspects. If you're a male, how many of those 22 attributes do you manifest on a consistent, regular basis, honestly? And how many of those negative ones do you manifest honestly? Just stop it. They're under your control. But how many of those 22 positive masculine elements do you identify? 19 or above, you're high. 12 to 19, you're middle. Below 12, you're low. Ladies, how many of those do you manifest? And ladies, how many of these do you manifest? How many positive male attributes do you manifest regularly? How many negative male attributes do you manifest regularly? Ladies, you got to get out of that male stuff. You're killing yourselves. And just like you soy boys got to get out of the girl stuff, you're killing yourself. But ladies, how much of that do you manifest? Men, how much of that do you manifest? Ladies, are you a divine, sacred female? Well, Jeff, I don't really like your list. I don't really agree with your list. It offends me. So what? I'm sorry, ladies. If you're not these positive things, then you're not a sacred, divine female. You're not acting in sacred divine femininity. If you're not those things and you're not that, and it's not my fault. And if you are those negative things, guess what? You are that, and it's not my fault. And if you're manifesting these negative masculine things, and you're not sacred divine feminine, you're masculine, you're manifesting too much masculine, and guess what? That's not my fault either. Well, I can be any way I want. Yeah, and you can continue to get what you get by doing what you've always done. You want to keep doing this, ladies and gentlemen, the negative part, if you want to keep doing this, ladies, then you'll keep getting what you got. If you don't want to do this, ladies, then you'll keep getting what you got. And it's not my fault. Males, evaluate yourself. Females, evaluate yourself. Men, if you are not manifesting 19 plus on those positive, sacred, divine, masculine attributes, you are not living as a sacred, divine male, period, and it's not my fault. I can't find a good woman. Well, maybe it's because you're not being a good man. Ladies, if you're not manifesting 22 at least of those 25 positive female attributes, then you're not living as a sacred, divine female, and it's not Jeffrey Darty's fault. And men, if you're soy boying it and you're sky high in feminine traits and low, low, low in masculine traits, that's not my fault either. Ladies, if you're sky high in masculine and low, low, low in feminine, that's not my fault either. You can defend yourself. You can get mad at me. You can unsubscribe. You can write nasty letters, or you can go to work, cousin. Do the inside job. Fix yourself. You want to be divine. You want to be sovereign. You want to be free. Well, don't blame it on me. Do it yourself. Because either you are or you aren't. And you can't fool people for long. You can fool people for short periods of times, but you can't fool people for long. And after you've actually identified rationally yourself and objectively and honestly, look at your potential partner. Where are they? And if you're a high male, you better damn well be with a high female. At the very least, mid female. And even that, dudes, I'm telling you, if you're a high male, find you a high female. If you're mid, find you a mid. If you're low, go to work on yourself and get yourself up to mid or low. Don't go looking for another high female, because really, if you're a low male, you'd want to find a high female. If you're content to be a low male, and maybe some of you just are that way, and I'm trying to be too blankety, too much, make blanket statements with my thoughts, but why the hell would you want to stay a non-sacred, non-divine male? Why wouldn't you want to climb the ladder, cousin? But you see the point. I'm all about optimization, so I'm saying become a high male and find yourself a high female, and don't waste your time with any that aren't, because it is a waste of time and energy. Oh, and it is just not worth it. There's got to be balance. And by balance, I mean, if you're a high male, you got to have a high female. If you're a high female, you got to have a high male. Mid, low, low. But why would you want to go there? It's stupid. Build yourself up. Get yourself right. Well, if I'm a low female, maybe I can just find me a high male and he'll pull me up. I get the idea, but in practice, it just don't work, cousin. It just don't work. Back when I was a kid, not really a kid, I think back when I was in like high school, there was this TV commercial, and it was a Fram oil filter commercial. And there was a dude that had a Fram oil filter. He's a mechanic. And he's like, you can pay me now or you can pay me later. Buy a $10 oil filter, because Fram was a high-end oil filter, at least back then. Buy a $10 oil filter now, or buy a $5 $5,000 engine later. And you may not like me, you may not enjoy me, you may want to unsubscribe from me, you may want to write me stupid comments and emails, but you can pay me now or you can pay me later because I'm right about this. And I've been in the crucible of experience to be right about this. You can master your relationships if you understand the sacred / divine masculine feminine dynamic. It's just that simple. This is how you unindoctrinate yourself. This is the inside job. This is how you create yourself and build the life that you'll love or not. It's up to you. We're the last generation of real humans. That's why I'm so straightforward with you. I love you. I care about you. I salute you for being here seeking after truth. I do wish all of you love and light. This was really good stuff. One of the best podcasts I've probably ever made, and certainly one of the most helpful. Let's get serious. Let's get honest. We're the last generation of real humans, and let's get busy.